Hi everybody! So in this video I am going to be talking about how to seal paper stickers for resin. What you will need for this project is Mod Podge. You can get at Amazon, craft stores, online. I've even heard the Dollar Tree. Just any kind of paintbrush. You can save your paintbrush from Mod Podge. Stickers. These are all paper. Transparency film. And for the end, some warm soapy water. So I'm going to get started. So you take your transparency film and we are just going to take the entire sheet out and just lay down stickers on the transparency film. You do want to make sure that your sticker is laying flat and it is pressed firmly against the transparency film, and you do want to make sure that you have some spacing in between because you will be cutting these out to put inside resin pieces. I will actually be using these for upcoming resin pieces. I have a few friends that they love Peppa Pig. It can be any stickers. A lot of stickers nowadays are paper, and resin actually eats up paper stickers. I just cut off Peppa's leg. Tells you I'm doing this live, you guys. So I'm going to kind of reattach, do a little Peppa Pig surgery, maybe. But then once this is ready, you will be able to use it for resin. Typically in resin you use a vinyl sticker, epoxy resin stickers. There's like kind of like a clearish, it's kind of like a plastic looking sticker. A lot of the ones that are kind of like see-through, I'm not sure what they're made of, but those are usually resin ready. But paper ones are always a bit of a pain, so there's different methods. You can try using the tape method, where you basically use a big piece of tape and you just wrap it pretty much around your sticker. I have not had luck with it. That's why I've been looking into other options, and that one didn't work for me. I've heard to get a laminator, but it's just another tool on my desk, and I'm kind of saving my desk space for other things. But I've heard the laminator works really well. And I came across this from a few different people, and nothing was exact in how to do it, so I kind of did my own trial and error and tested it in a piece just to see how it would do. And so far this came out pretty well. So obviously this does not fill up my whole sheet, so just to save myself some of this film, I'm actually just going to cut a little bit of room around it, because I can use the rest of this film either for other stickers or I can use it for shakers, because that is what this is typically for in resin community. So I'm going to just set that to the side, and I'm going to show you guys what I do. So Mod Podge is typically used in like a scrapbooking kind of thing. I used to scrapbook, so I used to use this a lot. But it is actually just kind of like a sealer. So what I do is I just brush a nice even thin layer over the stickers. really does not take too long. And while you're doing all this, it should start curing, because Mod Podge does not take too long to actually start drying, especially when it's in like a thinner layer. And I actually did this on my Instagram account. I did about 4 pages on a live, and then I showed the results on my Instagram TV, and I was very surprised with how well it all came out. And if you miss a little bit on the first one, it's really not a big deal. You're going to be doing a few layers. So if you're worried like, oh no, I missed that part, let it dry, just so you don't have like a clump of Mod Podge that will be stuck to your sticker. And Mod Podge does have like this little tiny, it's like little clumps itself. If you see it, try to grab it with your brush, because you don't want it to do that. Leave it on there. And the nice thing about Mod Podge also is that it dries clear. Now, once you see it at the 3rd or 4th layer we're going to do of this, you will notice it is you could really see it, but it is not seen in an actual piece. It does show up completely, like after it's completely dried, you can really see the texture, but it really doesn't affect it when you put it in a piece. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I actually think I might have a piece to show you where I've actually used it inside a resin piece. So I actually had this sticker. This is an Animal Crossing sticker. And this was one that I did this method on. And I'm going to show you. So you can hear the little crunchy noise. This is the sheet it came from, and as you can see, I did 4 layers of Mod Podge on this. I let it completely dry in between each one, and before using this, I let it dry for 24 hours. It's always going to give you a little bit of a stickier texture. It's always going to have that weird kind of brush stroke look, but once you actually put it inside your piece, I put a little bit of resin right over it, and you can't even see the brush marks anymore, and as you can see, there is no bleed marks either in any of it. So this method has worked extremely well for me, and basically all you're doing is you're just sealing the front, because now the back, it is sealed by your transparency film, so you don't have to worry about doing back and forward. And I don't even think I did Daddy down here. So I'm going to grab my brush and finish him up. But I hope this works for you guys. Just make sure you're patient. You're giving yourself time in between the steps. And then at the end, you have paper stickers you never thought you could use that you can use in your resin pieces. So that one I just did, and as you look up here, the very first one, it is already getting clear. So it really doesn't take too long. I would probably record this entire process, but you were just basically waiting in between watching it dry. But I would say it probably takes about maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you can do an entire sheet. I actually did 4 sheets at once where I just kept switching it from sheet to sheet, so that works also. But whatever works for you, or if you're on a project or something for your kids, or a custom order and you can't find that sticker but it's all in paper, I find this works out really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If you liked this, please click that like button and subscribe. Thank you guys.